from the Lakeside Newsroom of the Henrico Citizen, your hometown news source since 2001. This is the Henrico News Minute with publisher Tom Lapis.
A big update on the future of a proposed gaming facility in Henrico and details about the county's current and proposed budgets. We'll tell you all about those stories and more in today's Henrico News Minute. It's Monday, February 24th, 2025. Sunny today with a high of 59. The News Minute is brought to you by DJ's Auto Details.
And now for the news.
Well, the planned Roshire gaming facility in Henrico's Staples Mill Shopping Center would not be permitted to open unless voters in the county pass a referendum specifically authorizing it, according to language that has survived budget negotiations in the Virginia General Assembly and was included in the Assembly's final budget approved over the weekend. The budget retains language that effectively would require Churchill Downs Incorporated, which is planning Roshire, to petition the Henrico Circuit Court for a public referendum as the first step toward obtaining a license from the Virginia Racing Commission in order to operate the facility. Now, that petition would have to be signed by at least 5% of the county's registered voters, or about 12,500 people. If that many people sign a petition, then the court would be required to order a special election on the issue, which could not occur later than the next scheduled general election unless that election was scheduled within 60 days of the date on which the court issued its order. A simple majority vote would either kill the proposal for at least 5 more years or allow it. The language in the budget would forbid another referendum about the same topic in the same locality for 5 years. The budget is not finalized yet. Of course, it still has to go to Governor Glenn Youngkin for his consideration. The budget language results from a bill introduced by Henrico State Senator Schuyler Van Valkenburg during this year's session. On Saturday night, he said, quote, "I had one goal throughout this process: to guarantee a transparent and fair process that gives Henrico voters the same say that Rosie's was required to give the citizens of other localities," end quote. Churchill Downs officials, however, told the citizen they were not pleased with the language, saying, quote, "These measures send a deeply troubling message to every Virginia business that they may face arbitrary punishment even if they adhere to the regulations and follow the law," end quote. Churchill Downs had filed plans last year for the facility under existing Henrico County code language that permits as many as 175 historical horse racing machines in a business located on property zoned for B2 business district usage. But the company did so with the knowledge that Henrico's Board of Supervisors was planning to update that code to require a provisional use permit and associated public hearing process for any such proposals, which it did just days later. You can read much more about this topic on our website, henricocitizen.com. Henrico police are investigating after gunshots in the middle of the day on Friday left a number of buildings and vehicles damaged. It happened in the 1800 block of Cliffbrook Lane in the overlook at Brook Run apartment complex. That's between Dumbarton and Brook Roads at the edge of Lakeside. Responding officers found damage to vehicles and buildings, but no injured people. They are looking for your help. If you know anything, you can call them at 804-501-5000 or share your tips anonymously through Metro Richmond Crime Stoppers at 804-780-1000 or p3tips.com. And we'll learn much more about the proposed budget for Henrico County in the coming fiscal year, which begins July 1st, during a press conference tomorrow morning. County officials are expected to introduce at least 1 or 2 significant proposals in the budget. Last year, County Manager John Vitolkas directed budget officials not to include any data center tax revenue beyond that which was already appropriated to the county's new Affordable Housing Trust Fund. That's a $60 million fund established last year. Vitolkas told supervisors last year that money could be used to support any number of groundbreaking initiatives. Last year, county officials also hinted at the potential for a program similar to the Affordable Housing Trust Fund, only for rental properties and renters. There's also been discussion with school system officials about ways to increase funding to the schools to support needed programs. I will have full coverage tomorrow once we learn more about the budget proposal. Henrico Schools officials have proposed a $914 million budget for the school system in the coming fiscal year. That's $33 million more than the current fiscal year budget. And today on HenricoCitizen.com, we take a deeper dive into exactly what the school system is spending that current money on. For example, during the first 6 months of the current fiscal year, the system spent about $124 million on materials, equipment, supplies, and technology that it needs to run the school division for the entire year. It also spent $1.3 million on PowerSchool, online software for schools to provide grades and other applications, and $208,000 for Parent Square, which is a new communication app launched in 2023 for parents and staffers. The school system also received about $7 million from cafeteria sales and $100,000 from high school parking fees. You can read much more about exactly where this money's going and where it's coming from right now at HenricoCitizen.com from our Report for America education reporter, Leanna Hardy. Today's Henrico News Minute has been brought to you by DJ's Auto Details. From gleaming exteriors to pristine interiors, they provide expert care to make your car shine like new. Trust them for quality, convenience, and unbeatable results. You can book today at djsautodetails.com or call them at 804-499-0674.